Yes, question number 82. Again a question with regard to methane. Consider the following statements regarding methane. It is a stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide because it has much lower heat trapping ability. A molecule of methane stays in the atmosphere for about 12 weeks. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? So you have to pick out the correct statements here. See, first statement says methane is a stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. First part of the first statement is right. Yes, it is a stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. Methane is a stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. Why? Because than carbon dioxide. Why? Because see, we have said that methane is a stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide, which means methane has got more heat trapping capacity than carbon dioxide. That is why it is known as a stronger greenhouse gas, right? So the first statement here says it is a stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide because it has much lower heat trapping capacity. Is it so? It is much higher heat trapping capacity. So first statement there it is wrong. Second statement says a molecule of methane stays in the atmosphere for about 12 weeks. See, a molecule of methane, it stays in the atmosphere for about, yes, for about 10 to 12 years. Okay, when we compare it with the persistence of carbon dioxide, or how much long carbon dioxide stays in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide is much more longer staying when we compare it with methane. But methane has got very high heat trapping capacity, that is within short period of time it can cause that much impact. Why? Because it is more heat trapping than carbon dioxide, but it stays in the atmosphere for 10 to 12 years. Okay, it is not 12 weeks, it is 12 years. So second statement is also wrong, which means your answer here will be option D, neither 1 nor 2. Okay, next question is question number 88. Consider the following statements. Higher temperature is responsible for the increase in ammonia pollution. The Indus and the Indo-Gangetic plains have recently been identified as the hotspot of ammonia pollution. Increased precipitation aggravates the level of ammonia pollution in the environment. You have to pick out the incorrect statements. So here, see, the first statement says about higher temperature and its relation with ammonia pollution. Okay, so keep in mind temperature and ammonia pollution. Temperature and ammonia pollution has a positive correlation. Okay, it has a positive correlation, or we can say that it is directly proportional. As temperature increases, the ammonia pollution increases. Why? Because see, when the temperature is increasing, the volatilization of the fertilizers also increased, and what happens if it is more volatile, then more fertilizers needs to be used. So this actually leads to greater use of fertilizers, which means greater pollution. So ammonia pollution increases with temperature. That is a right thing only. Studies have shown that there is a positive correlation between temperature and the ammonia pollution. Okay, so the first statement here it is right. Okay, now second statement says the Indus and the Indo-Gangetic plains have recently been identified as the hotspots of ammonia pollution. See, since there is an excessive use of the fertilizers due to agricultural practices in the Indo-Gangetic plains, the Indo-Gangetic plains has been identified as a hotspot of ammonia pollution by a recent study. Okay, but there it is not mentioned about Indus region. So the second statement, there Indo-Gangetic plains, that is right, but not Indus. That's why the second statement turns out to be wrong there. Now third statement says increased precipitation aggravates the level of ammonia pollution in the environment. Increased precipitation, the relation with precipitation and ammonia pollution. Okay, precipitation, that is the relation between precipitation and ammonia pollution. So what is the relation between precipitation and ammonia pollution? See, as the precipitation increases, or increased precipitation actually reduces the agricultural emissions. Why? Because if there is more precipitation, the removal of pollutants is taking place at a much more faster rate, which means the ammonia pollution with increased precipitation is less. Okay, so there is a negative correlation between the agricultural emissions and the total precipitation. So we can say that the strength at which this particular pollution takes place is lowered with greater precipitation. So the third statement, which says increased precipitation aggravates the level of ammonia pollution in the environment, that you can actually say it is a wrong statement. So here incorrect statements are asked, so you can go with option B, 2 and 3 only. Okay. Okay, 99th question. Which of the following statements is not correct with respect to Mangrove for Future initiative? So, Mangrove for Future initiative is a joint collaboration of IUCN and UNDP. The initiative exclusively deals with the conservation and sustainable development of the mangrove ecosystem around the world. The member countries of Mangrove for Future initiative consist of only Asian nations, and the Mangrove for Future initiative goal is to promote an integrated ocean-wide approach to coastal management. Okay, so you have to pick out the incorrect statements. Okay, see, mangroves for the future, mangroves for the future, MFF, mangroves for the future initiative. It is actually a collaborative initiative which is being done by IUCN and UNDP. Okay, it is collaboration between IUCN and UNDP. IUCN and UNDP, and keep in mind the mangroves for future initiative, even though it is, the term is like mangroves for future, it is not exclusively for the conservation of mangroves, whereas it is including all types of coastal ecosystem. Okay, it is including all types of coastal ecosystems such as coral reefs, the marshes, estuaries, lagoons, sea beaches, sea grasses, all these are included under mangroves for future initiative. Okay, it is not exclusively for mangroves, it is including all types of coastal ecosystem. Okay, so the first option says it is a joint collaboration of IUCN and UNDP, that is right. Second statement says the initiative exclusively deals with the conservation and sustainable development of the mangrove ecosystem around the world. Is it so? No, it is including all the coastal ecosystems. So second B is also wrong there. C, the member countries of MFF consist of only Asian nations. That is actually a right statement. The member countries of Mangroves for Future initiative is the Asian nations like Bangladesh, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Maldives, Myanmar, etc. So it is composing of Asian nations. Okay, so this option C is actually right. D says Mangrove for Future initiative goal is to promote an integrated ocean-wide approach to coastal management. That is right. That is its main objective. Okay, to promote integrated ocean-wide approach in coastal management and to bring sustainable development to those regions. Okay, so D is also right in this context. So here B is the incorrect option. Why? Because it is saying it is exclusively dealing with the mangrove conservation around the world. It is not exclusively for mangrove conservation. It is including all types of coastal conservation. Okay, so coastal ecosystem for conservation. So here B is your incorrect option.